evening. My name is Ricky Thornton, and I've been on the call for a while, and I'm just going to, for the new ones, let you know a little bit about my story and why I'm here. And because at one point in time in my life, they had put me on dialysis, wanted to put me on dialysis, but I just was not having that. And that's when I heard about Optavia. And I was able to get started on that. And within 2 weeks, I started feeling better. I started losing weight. I was able to get my blood sugar down. My A1C was around 5.3 at that time when I went back to the doctor. And my blood pressure also was going down. And within about 4 months, I lost 40 pounds. And I feel so amazing by comparison. I never felt that I felt sick, but now that I feel so good, I must have been a real drag before that. So, but now I'm feeling really good and able to do things that I could not do before. And I'm just so happy to be here. And then I started wanting to share it with other people and started coaching and was able to help a number of people to reach their goals of weight loss and not just weight loss, but also better health. And that's the whole goal of everything here. We want to have optimal health. It's not just a matter of weight loss. So we want to change our whole minds and perspective about things. And that's what this lesson today is about in element 7, creating a new leptogenic world. Leptogenic, that word kind of messed my mind up for a long time till I broke down, looked it up in the dictionary. And so it means anything that will help you to lose weight. And so what we want to do is make our whole environment, everything around us, a leptogenic world so that we don't have to rely on willpower. Everything about us, when we reach out, we're going to reach out something that's going to help us move to optimal health rather than something that's going to bring us back to an unhealthy world. And so we're going to focus on making simple, powerful changes in our surroundings. And we're going to start with our pantry. And what we're going to do there, because we want to make things so easy to eliminate things that's going to trip us up and make us go back to an unhealthy lifestyle. So we're going to eliminate all those things. So we're going to get rid of things like the white rice, the white flour, the white bread, the crackers, the rice cakes, the croutons, and things like that. We're going to just get them out of our pantry. And there's a whole list of things that, since we don't have the time to go over everything, but if you look in your book, your life book on page 169, the last paragraph shows a list of things to remove from your pantry. And this isn't because you just want to restrict yourself, but this is a choice that you've made. I tell myself this is the grown people's element. Because when you can make the choices that are in this element, then you're a grown person. So if you want to be a grown person, you want to decide in your life that I'm going to be grown, I'm going to take charge of me, then you are going to make these choices, and you're not going to do it with a restricting thought in your mind. You're going to do it in the thought of that, this is what I want for me. This is the gift I want to give to my body. And so you're going to make a lot of healthy choices. Because of that, you are going to optimal health and well-being. And so now that we've taken all those things out of our pantry and we got good choices, we're going to put some good choices back in there. And we're going to go on the next page at the bottom. You're going to see good things that you can put back into your pantry. And now some things that are in that list are that if you're not already at your goal weight, you might want to not do right now. But if you look in the Habits of Health book of section 2.3, the catalyst to reaching a healthy weight loss, it's going to show you items that you can put into your cabinet now. And so let's put all the good for you items in the front. Now we're going to call this the architecture. We're going to put all the good items in the front of the cabinet, make them easy to reach. Now, if there's somebody in your house that insists on having like the Lay's and the Oreos and all that kind of thing, and the processed meats and things, you put them in an area where they can get them, but where you just have to, you pass them on by. You're not going to even be concerned with that. You're not going to even leave yourself an opportunity to delve into that, because you're going for healthy weight and a healthy lifestyle rather, and you're going to leave that to them and leave it alone for you. So now we're going to move on to the refrigerator. And on page 171 at the bottom, there's a list of things there that you need to take out of your refrigerator. Now they're like the whole fat dairy products, such as milk, cheese, yogurt, butter, cottage cheese, and mayo, processed deli meats, bacon, hot dogs, sugar, sodas, and juices, and beer and wine. Now we know Dr. A says you can have some wine. When, later on, when you get to your goal weight, he even tells us there recommends having a glass of wine a day. And we're going to fill our refrigerator with good things, healthy things, so that when we reach in there, it's going to be something that's going to bring us good health and something that's going to make our bodies feel good. And that's on page 172, a list of those items. Next, we're going to move on to the freezer. And let's see, the key to eating less. Where the key in the freezer items are on page 173 that you're going to take out and then replace with other good items. But we're going to move on now in our lesson here of leptogenic lifestyle or environment. And we're going to go to the preparation and storage area. And one key to losing weight and also to maintaining a good healthy lifestyle is to eat a smaller serving. So therefore, a smaller plate might be necessary. So go from that 12-inch plate to a 9-inch plate. Another thought could be a colored plate, because when your plate color contrasts with your food, the size portion looks larger. And so we sense that we are eating more. And when they blend, the amount does not register, and we'll be eating more. Let's say, for example, you had a white plate and you put rice and you put potatoes on that plate. Well, that's going to blend in, and it's going to give your body the sense of not having enough, and you're going to eat more and more and more of it, and you don't want to do that. But since we want to have a lot of green vegetables, let's go to a green plate. I'm going to be looking for some green plates. And because when you're in the weight loss phase, if we fill half our plate with green vegetables, then that's going to help you in the weight loss phase. And then you can add in there other items, the smaller items that you're going to eat less of. And then another thing we're going to do is serve from the kitchen. So we're not going to put all the pretty little bowls on the table with everything in it piled all up, and then people are just going for seconds and all like that. Now, we can't control what they do, but we can make it a little bit harder for them. If we serve from the kitchen, then they get what's on their plate. Now, you can let them go back and get more, but you can control you. And you don't have to go back in that kitchen and get a second helping. Get what you need for right then and let that be. And then you want to have large glasses of water and a pitcher for refills. But now here we come with the leftovers. Now, if they're healthy leftovers, we're going to wrap them up in items or put them in some kind of container that you can see and easily go back to and eat. But if they're unhealthy leftovers, if you can't bear to throw them away, then at least wrap them up in foils and put them somewhere in a smaller little container out of the way, so you won't be tempted to get them. But somebody else in the family, if they decide or that's what they want, then they'll do that. So we want to do that so that we can, have smaller portion sizes and not be tempted to just grab something. We're going to make a personal choice to have things around us that lend toward better health. So now when we reach that healthy weight, and we got this refrigerator all nice and cleaned of all that other unhealthy things, then we want to have us a nice big bowl of fruit. in our refrigerator. But that's when we get to the healthy weight. But so for right now, when we're in the weight loss phase, we're going to eliminate that. But when you get there, you can have the best thing that I like, and that's my fruit. Another thing to think about is stress and emotions, how they stimulate areas in our brain that make you crave for sugar, fat, and salt. And when you feel that feeling coming on, drink water, and then remove yourself first from the stressful situation, if at all possible, and away from any kind of hint of any unhealthy food. So we want to keep portions in check by design. So you're not doing this because somebody restricted you. That's the way you designed it. That's the way you want to live. And so you're going to design your whole life around that. Now we're going to move on to the car. And the first thing we're going to do in the car is we're going to put a governor on it. You know how they used to put a governor on the school buses? I don't know, they might still do that. But if the bus could only go 55 because that was the speed limit, well, we're going to put a governor on our car that won't let us turn into Starbucks, McDonald's, and any kind of place with a thing where you can drive through, all those kind of things. Your car just won't go there. And not even if they do have some healthy options, because when you go there, even though they got the healthy options, then you're going to be tempted to grab a little something else, like that cinnamon roll or whatever like that, even though you had, I'm just going for an egg bite. But then you're going to roll over there and you're going to ask for the cinnamon roll too, and the chai latte. But anyway, we're going to go for putting things in easy reach and in our eyes so that we can have choices that are good for us. You might even want to invest in a Tesla, because that way you won't have to be going back to the gas station where they got the big juicy hot dogs and, and all those things. You'll have your own charging station at your house. But anyway, until we can do that, we're just going to have to put that governor on our car and make sure we don't go inside to get them. Because you can go and fill up without going inside. And now we're going to move on to a restaurant. And used to in restaurants, I don't know if they're doing it now, because I noticed even the salads have gotten tiny. But they used to make these big old portions. And so what you might want to do if you go to a restaurant where that is the case, you might want to ask for a box first thing, and then have that meal up, put half in the box, and then you eat the other half. And then you want to be the master. You're paying for this meal. So you want to put in your meal what you want to put in your body and nothing else. So that's the gift you're going to give to your body by choice. And so you're going to ask them to make sure you have the leanest meats. You want to make sure that they're broiled or grilled or poached or something like that, rather than fried and dipped in all kind of sauces and things of that nature. So that way you're taking charge by design, not because you're restricted to, but because you want to have a healthy life. And so you're going to ask for your vegetables to be steamed without the butter and the sauces and added sugars and things of that nature. And we'll move on to the bedroom. We're going to organize our bedroom, and we want to create an environment that optimizes sleep quality, and make it decluttered, and remove the TV or unplug it, and choose a bedtime that will let you have at least 8 hours of sleep, and stick to it. Okay, so we've gone through our whole environment. You might think of other areas on your own. If you do, then you just go in there and you know what to do, and get out the unhealthy items and automate yourself. And that way you don't have to deal with or rely on willpower, because we know willpower does give out in the worst times. And we see the importance of making changes so we'll not have to rely on willpower. But remember, we're going for automating our lives and not just relying on something that could trip us up if we got in a tight So anyway, that's what I got from the element. Can you guys think of anything else you might like to add? Okay, anybody raise their hands? Do I see any hands? Oh, I see Shadon. Okay. Are you gonna?
But I did like the part where you're making this lifestyle by moving the good healthy stuff in front of the cabinet. And once we're on this journey, not everybody's on this journey with us. So it helps us to make these better choices. And by separating the bad stuff that what we're not eating in a different place so we don't get tempted. So I appreciate that part because it makes it easier for us to make this lifestyle change.
Right, it does. It really does when you're not there, so that you can see those Oreos and reach in that cabinet and grab it. You put your bars and stuff too, because those bars and shakes and things that are our fuelings, they are leptogenic. They are leptogenic, and so they're going to lead to weight loss. So you put them handy so you can grab those when everybody else is grabbing their ice cream or grabbing their cookies. It's almost something in that box that you can substitute for anything else that people might use. Any more comments, Carol?
Yeah. So I took from this, the bottom line is, some people, when they look at this, they might say, well, this is just way too much work. But a little inconvenience now will far outweigh the doctor's visits, the medications, and all the drama that we have to go through because we've lived, what is it, a besogenic world? We've lived in that world.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth it to do that. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that because I see some more hands.
Okay. I see Nellie. I thought I saw Ina first. So Ina, and then we'll come back to you, Nellie.
Yes. On page 178, the book described about eating before bedtime. And I was going to change that and eat my last green and lean before I go to bed. But I see how important that could change my sleeping habit. So maybe I better change that today and eat earlier.
All right. Okay. That's a good point. Thank you. Okay. And I think, well, Nellie, you're next, right?
Yes. What I like about this program is they let us choose restaurants and the portions that we can have in the restaurant, because what we order, we don't have to eat everything. We can make smart choices and we can take it home too. And also we can split meals with the company, and it's no stop us to go anywhere to eat, just to make smart choices.
Right. That's right. You can still go out to eat. Just make smart choices. Thank you, Nellie. And Sylvia?
Excellent job as always, Ricky. We appreciate the way that you brought this element to life. Really what happens with this one is that instead of us feeling that we no longer have the power, that there's so many things that we cannot do, it really is quite the opposite. But we are gaining the power back. We're not relying on someone else, a restaurant, or what happens to be in the refrigerator because it belongs to someone else, or that we make excuses. Well, it was here, so I just had to go along with it. Or perhaps we went out to dinner and everyone else was eating this, so then I had to, I didn't really have a choice. No, as you brought out very well, Ricky, that we're giving our body a gift of health rather than a restriction of instant pleasure. So when we go to the restaurant, then we let the server know, would you please inform, would you bring out a box for me so that I can split it right here? Or would you find out how the meat is prepared for me so that I can know? We never lose control. We always have the power, and that is what helps us to control our surroundings and our environment in that way.
Thank you, Sylvia. That was beautiful. Okay, anybody else? Okay, well, if not, maybe we got some celebrations or anybody had a breakthrough this week that they want to talk about? We got about 8 minutes left. Anybody had a breakthrough this week? Somebody knows who I'm talking about. Anybody? Any good things they want to share? Well, did I tell y'all that the last time I went, I think I told you about the last time when I went for my blood thing and how I didn't have to take the shot. That was good for me. And then they also had me on a program for, what's that thing? Heart failure. And so anyway, they discontinued me from that program. So I feel like all this is good progress. I'm leading on to optimal health. I'm leading in that direction. Carol?
Okay, I was trying to call somebody out, but I don't know if he's actually there or what. But somebody I know by the name of Alan, if you know somebody by the name of Alan Rojas, I'm trying to call him out, but he won't turn his camera on or say anything. So I don't know, he might not be there actually. Anyway, he fit 50 pounds. I was super excited for him. I thought he would share.
Woo, woo. That is
That's
great.
huge.
Congratulations, Alan. And how long has Alan been in the program?
Thanks, guys. I've been on the program for 2.5 months now.
Oh, that's fantastic, Alan. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I have a friend too. She's not taking herself off you, but I see her smiling. She lost 8 pounds, if I can say her name. Jane, can I
Yes,
say?
Ricky, go ahead. Yes, please, go ahead. You want me to share?
Please.
Well, it took me a long time to get with the program. And the first time I joined, I lost 8 pounds. I was 179 pounds. And Ricky's been working with me, and I have been, really trying to stick to the program. So after working with Ricky, and she said, let's take it a week at a time. And I wasn't eating my 6 fuelings. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. And this month, I started eating my 6 fuelings and everything. And I got on the scale, and now I weigh 163 pounds. So I've lost another 8 pounds. So now I know it took me a year not to lose the weight, but to get on the program. It took me that long, So now I know that the program works, and I haven't seen 163 pounds, and I don't know when, and I'm only 5 feet, So I thank Ricky so much for hanging in there with me, for a stubborn old lady who just wanted to do it her way. It doesn't work my way. It works Optavia way.
Well, good for you, Jane. We're proud of you. And that's so good, because now not only does it work, but it works on Jane. So that's the important thing. You keep up the good work. Anybody else? I think we got 4 minutes. Anybody else want to shout out anything good or anything bad? Doesn't matter. We're up for James. I see you.
All right, I have something that I can share. So for the last couple of years, I've been maintaining when it comes to my own physical health. But after coming back from national convention in a big arena with 15,000 health coaches, and you hear all these stories and transformations, and how our program and coaching and this community has helped people not only lose weight, come off medication, we know the stories, all that good stuff, but how they have not only maintained, but optimize their health. I made a decision coming back from this event that I want to take my health to the next level. And that's one of the things that I encourage. And I had to kind of, it took the community, and we're talking about a leptogenic world and surrounding yourself. And that's why I love our community, especially our coaching community, because it kind of encouraged me and motivated me to really stop maintaining in my own physical health and to continue optimizing and go to the next level. So I made a decision after this event. I came home on the plane. I was writing down my goals and things that I want to do for, and of course, in my business, my life, my spiritual goals, but also physically on how I want to optimize and take my health to the next level. So I'm going to be sharing that. So that's going to be exciting because I haven't really, other than, exercising and just trying to maintain, I haven't really done anything to optimize and go to the next level. So that's a decision I made, and I'm going to be logging that on social media as I go. So if you guys are following me, look out for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, thank you, James. That does sound like fun. Okay, well, I think we do have 2 minutes though, but if anybody has something else they want to say, maybe any little points you got from convention you want to share with anybody? Oh, there we go. Blasi, can we hear you, please?
Yes, hi, Ricky. I was just thinking, I really appreciate your story because I have a lot of health problems that the main reason I have the health problems is because of my weight. And just by listening to your story and seeing how, you overcome one health challenge after another, it makes me feel like I can do the same thing, that I am by working with Optavia, that I will be able to get rid of all these health issues that I have. So I really appreciate you sharing that.
Oh, thank you. You can, Blasi. Just keep up. Just keep right on the plan. And, even if you fall off, just jump right back on. So thanks for saying that. I appreciate it. Anyone else there? Okay, I guess that's it. We're going to turn it back over to James, and anybody, I guess we're going to go into our coach half an hour, but if you want to stay on, you can. We welcome you to.
Very nice. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you so much. You guys, can we please throw some love in the chat for Ricky for leading us, Maybe throw some hearts, some thank you, some sevens. I see we already have some sevens in the chat to thank Ricky for leading us tonight. And then for everyone else that kind of shared and your comments, thank you for sharing it. We do appreciate it. It helps. It definitely helps. And that's why community is so important. I don't know about you guys, but one of the things I got from this call from Ricky is that, and I wrote this down, I'm going to go buy a Tesla because if Ricky says I need a Tesla to optimize and be healthy, I'm going to go get me a Tesla. So good. Love it. Love it. Love it. Cool. So one announcement before Ricky, I'm sorry, did you have something to say? Don't take it back, Ricky. I'm still getting a Tesla. Don't try to take it back. Go ahead.
All right, as long as you buy me one too.
Love it. 2 Teslas coming right up. So good. All right. So one quick announcement for everybody to start jumping off. Next week is the first Tuesday of the month. So one of my favorite calls is the first Tuesday of the month because we will take a break from our life book. So we will not jump into element 8, but we're going to take a break. And next month, we're going to be doing client and coach stories and celebrations. And what that is we're going to just open up this Zoom and we're going to give you an opportunity to share a part of your story, whether it's something that's working well, if it's challenges that you're facing, any non-scale victories, scale victories. Next week, we're going to come together and we're going to be sharing those stories. So I'm looking forward to that. That's one of my favorite calls of the month because we get to really just share. So looking forward to that and looking forward to everybody sharing also next week. So we're going to transition into our coaching call. And as Ricky said, a lot of us are super pumped up. A lot of us are have a lot of excitement going on. We have a lot of energy. right now. And it's because of, we just had our national convention. We had, I kept hearing different numbers. I was hearing 13, 15, I heard 16, but I don't know, it was somewhere between 15 to 20,000 coaches from around the country come in person. We also had a huge number, I don't know how many, that were online and that were virtual for national convention. And I'm super excited, super pumped, because in the 5 years I've been doing this, after convention, there's always a spark in our coaches and our clients. And this is when we really start seeing things moving and start seeing things happening. And that's what National Convention is all about. That's the reason why the company has designed something and invested so much time, energy, and money into events like this, because they know that the stories, the transformations, it also just helps us to start seeing more clear. And what we're going to do is we're going to open it up to you guys, because I would love to hear from the coaches on what you guys got out of it. That's what we're going to spend this call doing, is really just talking about takeaways, maybe some breakthroughs, some shifts that you've had, or some things that you heard that you want to start implementing into your life, into your business, and how you plan on using the things that you've learned to take your health, your life, your business to the next level. Cool. So we'll go around the room and kind of share that. But we've had a few days. We've had some time to really digest. We've had some time to reflect on all the information, because if it was your first event, it could have been a little overwhelming with information. But we've had the last couple of days to really kind of digest it and reflect, and hopefully write down some goals and some things that you've got out of it, some things you want to start implementing. And that's actually what I did. I was really excited on that plane ride home. And I spent that probably half of the plane ride home really thinking and figuring out, what do I want? And just getting clear. Because I think now I have a good understanding of what we want and what we want to accomplish and what we want to create. But one of my takeaways was I wanted to get really clear and really focused, and really know why I'm here, and why am I doing this, and why do we show up? Why do we invest so much time, energy, and money into this event? And so that's what I spent the plane ride home. And I was I was in my phone writing down my goals, what I want, some takeaways. I shared that with you guys, so I hope that was helpful. But just to kind of give you guys an idea of what I want. And I think as one of the leaders in this group, in this organization, I think it's just helpful to know, where what we want to accomplish and where we're going, so that when we think and talk about building teams and helping people, it just helps us get really clear on what we're looking for, and who we want to work with. And that's something that Flora and I really got clear and discussed on our plane ride home, is what we want to do and what we're going to create in the next steps for us and our business and our life and our family and our team, which is really cool. So I'm going to step out of the way, because I would love to hear from you guys. And hopefully you guys have your notes out, or you have a few things that you've gotten from this event that you want to share, and or some takeaways that you got that you want to start implementing. So what we'll do is, again, we'll kind of open it up. Looks like Carol got a hand up. For those coaches, maybe get your notes out, get ready. We would love to hear from you guys, even if it's just one or two things. What is something that you want to start implementing and some takeaways you have? Go for it, Carol.
Okay, I think the biggest thing that I got from this, although there was quite a bit, was the fact that I've learned to dream. I've learned from this convention that regular people, just ordinary, everyday people, because you hear so many people on the calls training us, and you think in your brain that they must have come from a special world, like with, I don't know, Maybe they were already in a ritzy to-do area, or maybe they had like some big degree or some major training. From this, though, I saw just regular old everyday people who have done it. And that made me see that I can do it too. But more than that, I don't know. So in one of the very first parts that we had, and I didn't write no names down, so I don't know who said what, when, where, and how. I just have a bunch of writing. But it talked about the fact that we need to surround ourselves with people who are wanting to grow like we are. Positivity is what we're looking for. And we can create our own community. So we talked about that. Believing in yourself that you're capable of doing it. Also, I thought this illustration was just super funny, where one of the speakers said, when you have a baby and the baby is learning to walk, and the baby starts off walking and they're like barely able to do it, and then they fall, you don't jump on them and go, you silly thing, you can't ever walk, you just forget it, don't even try walking no more. But that's what we do to ourselves. So we put ourselves down all the time and say we can't do it because we made a mistake or something failed. We should be the loudest cheerleaders for our own selves. And failure it's not the end of it. Failure is where we grow. So we had a mistake, and we found out a lot of the leaders had mistakes along the way. Everything didn't work out perfectly, but from that, they've learned to grow. So you pick yourself up, you find what went wrong. You use that to help you to do better next time, and you keep going. Embrace the fear. And failure can actually be your best friend. We talked about, oh my goodness, I'm gonna stop because I could go on and on. There was just a ton of stuff that we went over. So I'll let somebody else talk.
So good. Thanks, Carol, for sharing all that. Was really, really good. Yeah, love it. Cool. Anyone else? And I love the hats. I see a few of the Rise Up hats for those that came in person, got their cool hat. Love it. So good. I do want to share, Sylvia and Ricky, we'll have you go, but I do want to, one thing that I actually meant before I opened it up, I wrote down, and I completely forgot to share with you guys. One of the things, and I don't know if you guys caught this, whether you were in person or virtually, but when Nick Johnson, the president of Optavia, came out and introduced himself and was talking. I don't know if it was Nick Johnson or Dan Chard, who's the CEO of Medifast, CEO and the chief board officer, member, whatever the word is. But you guys, I don't know if you guys caught this. He said, when Dan Chard reached out to Nick Johnson to become the president of this company, did you guys catch how he did that? Anybody catch how he did that? It was kind of subtle, and I wish they would have stressed that a lot more, because I think that's no different than what we do when we're sharing this opportunity. We're offering this opportunity to people. But he said, Dan Chart, the CEO of Medifast, felt like Nick Johnson would be great for the position. And so in a text message, he sent him a message saying, hey, Nick, I have an amazing opportunity I think you would be incredible at. Would you be open to connecting and hearing about it and talking about it? Does that sound familiar, you guys? Could you imagine the CEO of the company, and this is a publicly traded company, the second fastest growing company in the world, the #1 health and wellness brand in the world, and the CEO recruited, sponsored, however you want to say it, the president of the company by just saying, hey, I have this opportunity I think you would be amazing at. Would you be open to meeting up and talking about it and seeing if it's a fit for you? And the reason why that caught my attention is because when we're sharing the coaching opportunity, it's really that simple, you guys. It's really, really that simple. The CEO can reach out to a president and say, hey, would you be open to just having a conversation and seeing if this is something you would be interested in doing it. Of course, he said yes. And, you know, Nick Johnson's an amazing guy, amazing, you know, doing great with the company, but it's really that simple. So I wrote that down. I thought of that because I thought that was really cool, because when we're offering and when we're sharing this, it's really that simple. It's really, really that simple. And a lot of coaches hold back from sharing the coaching opportunity because they don't know what to say, or they don't want to offend somebody by offering coaching, which don't make sense to me. But it was just really cool to hear, you know, Dan Chard say that to Nick Johnson. Just, hey, let's talk, man. I think you'd be really good at this. Would you be open to checking it out? All right, cool. So I'll step out of the way, and then go ahead, Sylvia. I'd love to hear from you.
I remember that, James. That was extremely powerful. It was like an outline that we can use when we're talking to others about coaching the same way. It was very impressive to hear the the best of the business in the company talk about their disappointments, and how they didn't talk about their disappointments like in the distant past. They were like, we're still dealing with disappointments now. But one of them mentioned that they had like imposter syndrome. I have to be aware of my crippling limitations. So it really is a lot about us being honest with ourselves. One of the things that Tracy Scarce mentioned is that success is piled on a mountain of disappointments. So, and Carol mentioned the point about not being afraid to fail, and that feeling, and also not being worried about being fearful. If something scares us good, then that means that we can keep pushing through it, because success is on the other side of failure. So and one of the other things was to own our ugly. So it really is a lot about us being honest with ourselves. And if we realize that what it is that we feel that's keeping us from moving forward in our business, perhaps it's structure or comparing ourselves to others, then stop it. Pretty much. So the only thing that interrupts those negative feelings is action. So we don't have any time to sit around in our yuck, but to be busy and to get moving. And doing that will help to overcome those negative feelings, just in part.
Wow, yeah, so good. Very good. Let's keep this thing going. Go ahead, Ricky.
And I knew I should have talked before Sylvia, because she took my point. But anyway, mine was on disappointment too, because I suffer with disappointment. And so they said, don't just lay there wallowing in your disappointment. It said the becoming is in doing, and you're the only one who can stop you. And so action is the antidote for disappointment. And so if you get to serving others, taking action and stop resisting the yuck, expose the yuck, and then just go on and share your story with other people, then you can go through that disappointment onto the next disappointment. And but let's see, I had another point here that I had marked off too, that was kind of into that, because it was all about this part. I didn't write the name down, but it was like helping yourself to get better. And one thing was to prepare and evaluate what you're feeling, and embrace the pits. And then let's see. And then work when you feel like it, and work when you don't feel like it. So that was good. That was pretty much it.
Nice. Thank you, Ricky. Go ahead, Nelly. Go for it. And then Barbara, Al, Floor, Tamara, Robert, Stanley, Alan, I think you were virtual. We'd love to hear from you guys too. Get those hands up.
There was an amazing convention. I no expect to be like that. And I just like, I'm so happy and appreciate everything, and to meet you all, you guys, and to meet. It was like we have a witness convention to me. It was like I told everybody was my brother and my sister, because the way they behave, the way they're so nice and say hi to you and try to help you. I meet the community, a Spanish community over there, and they give me a lot of tips. The one I want to put in practice is to live loud. To I was kind of scared, but after I meet with them and they tape everything, and they made me want to do it. I want to do it, and to share to people who need help. It's not up to us anymore. It's forget about us. Just thinking the other person. We want them to get better health, to save their lives. And then when we think on them, they gotta be easy for us to present this program. Today I was in work, and I meet Pedro, and Pedro was doing some repairs in the house, and I started the conversation. What are your wife doing? And he said, she's a nurse, but she's so tired. She's just working so hard. And I say, can you give her my number? I wanna offer her a business to gotta change her life, because she loves to help people, and I know, and I explained to he part of the program. And I just he's so happy. He say, oh, of course, wow, they sound amazing. And I can't believe I doing this, because before I just let it pass, but now I just wanna share all the things I learned in this convention.
Yeah, so good. Thank you, Nelly. I love that. And I think most of us went to the Spanish portion, and isn't that it's so cool to see the growth and how the Spanish community is growing. And it was also good to see. I actually didn't know Nick Johnson, our president, was so fluent in Spanish, so that was cool to see. And how did you guys hear that they already have the infrastructure to go into different countries, South America countries. They mentioned Brazil, of course, Mexico. I don't remember all, but they already have the team and people ready, but we just need more coaches. Pretty much is what Nick Johnson was saying. We need more people. We need more coaches. So that's exciting to see how Dr. A's mission is. It used to be just to get the U.S. healthy, and they're already in place to start spreading this throughout the world in other countries. So that part was really cool. Very cool. Carol, go ahead.
I had a funny for you. It's about Nelly. We were all working. We were working so hard. Nelly was working at the black brunch that we went to, the empowerment brunch thing. And she actually approached one of Jamil's potentials, and she said, "So do you want a coach? I can hook you up." And he's like, I came because of Jamil. She was like, but I could coach you.
I tried to steal 2 clients from Jamil. One of his best friends. He asked me how you been a coach. I said 1 year. He said that the product work. I said, oh yes, they work. That I was talking everything to him, and he said, okay. I said, do you want to sign with me? And he said, no, my body is Jamil. I cannot do that to him. I said, hey, I had to try. And he said, yeah. I said, I just joking, but it was funny.
I love it. I love the excitement, though. I love the excitement. The convention lit some fire under Nelly, and look at her. She's just going, and she's talking to everybody. And that's really what this thing is all about, you guys. Is that excitement and that energy. And that's how this thing is built. That's how people are helped. That's how people are impacted. Is that type of excitement. You know what you have, and it's good, and it can help, and it can help change people's lives. We heard the stories, so Nelly's not holding back. She wants to help some more people. And you guys, wasn't it cool? I know we're talking about all the things we learned and the takeaways, but we also had some fun. I don't know about you guys, but I had some fun. And I saw a lot of coaches had some fun. Maybe some of us too much fun, but it's all good. We had a great time. Go ahead, Shadan.
Well, I can't wait to next year. Can you guys wait to next year? Because there's going to be so many more of us there. You know, like James mentioned, this is 5th year. This is my 4th year. And to start off as one until now where we're at right now. So I just want to encourage everybody, try your hardest to get to convention next year. And what I got out of it, I got to meet people I haven't got to meet in person. You know, we're pretty much on Zoom the whole time because we are all in different locations. So this was the first time that a lot of the coaches got to really see each other in person. So that was another experience right there in itself. And yes, we did have fun. Yes, we worked, but you know, if you're not having fun, you know, we wouldn't be doing this. But what I got out of this is that I knew I like to help people, but I didn't really know how much I enjoy it even more so to see everybody growing from when they started the program physically and from where they're at now, physically, mentally, and financially. I really got to see everyone grow. And it just took me back, and I got to be in that moment and recognize that, to see individuals get better in their mindset, in their health, and in their business at the same time. So I made a comment about being a tree and a root. I don't think everybody understood what I said when I was saying that. So, you know, we plant a seed, the seed grows, right? Then you have the stump, you have strong roots. And I said that I wanted to be like a strong rooted tree. And what that means is, as the tree branches grows, we get more leaves, right? So as our health coaches and more coaches grow, that's the more leaves that I'm talking about, more branches. So I really wanted to clear that up because it made sense in my head. I don't know if it came out like that when I was talking it, but that's what I really saw and got out of this convention, of what this business can do and the enjoyment of how I'm seeing individuals as growing in the time frame.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks for clearing that one up, Shadan. Appreciate you.
For next year, we don't know what we might do, but you know, you see the hats. James mentioned it. You know, we might change it up and do something completely different. So, you guys, okay? Let's everybody who got their hat on. It says Coach Shadan. Everybody had an identified, personalized hat. So hopefully, no, you guys will next year be there and get something personalized. So can't wait to see you guys all there.
So good. Thank you, Shadan. All right, cool. Let's keep this going. Let's hear from Flor Darlene.
Hi, everybody. I had to grab my hat. So I just want to quickly share, sorry if you can hear Luna's music. I just wanted to quickly share one of my favorite parts about this whole experience was meeting all of you and getting to know all of you a lot better, and hearing your hearts and just hearing your passions and your hopes and dreams and your challenges, and realizing that we're so much more alike than we are different. And we recognize what this program has done for us and how much we needed it, whether it was through finances, time freedom, the health component, the community component, the personal development part of it, whatever it was that brought us into this program, we needed it. So we know that there's more of us out there that need this and would benefit from it. And we want them to be a part of our community. Because we know how much we enjoy each other and how much we grow from each other and challenge each other. So I loved hearing your hearts and getting to know you, which just makes my passion so much bigger because I'm a part of this amazing team. So some of the takeaways that I had that I feel applied to me was the multiplying our time, behaving like a multiplier. For example, for those of us that work, really structuring our days so that we can make time for what's really important. And if we really want to make this work for us and fire our boss, as they would say, we really have to structure and schedule and plan. There's certain things that we have to just remove from our life, just delete them. There are other things that we can delegate, and there are other things that we can, schedule, plan, delegate, and remove. So I really, really appreciated that reminder to structure my days. And there are some days I might have to lose some sleep, and that's okay because I know what I want and I know what's really important to me. Let's see, there was something else. Oh, this is one I liked. Why work harder for someone else than we would work for ourselves? So I really thought that was really powerful. We give so much of ourselves to our employers, and for what, a lot of the time. So really putting in that work for myself, for my family, and for our team. So that's all I got.
Mm, Very good. Love it. All right. Thank you, Flora. Vivi, go ahead, my friend.
Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. I'm the one who was like taping, like so excited to meet the convention and like I couldn't make it because I made a mistake. And so I'm gonna say shout out Carol. She just says something that comes to me. Learning what was wrong, learning what something when was wrong. And Carol, thank you for sharing that with me because I learned my mistake. There was something wrong, but I didn't stop. I keep following you guys, everything talking the whole time. I just keep going and I'm still here. I wasn't able to be in convention because I did make a mistake. I thought I was already in the, ready waiting for my email. My email never come, but it was because I did make a mistake. So, but I'm here and I keep moving. I want to be part of the team. I'm very excited and really thank you so much for sharing that.
Nice. Thank you, Vivi, for sharing that. That actually reminds me. So for those that, if whether you are in person or you were virtual, if there was anything that you missed, any talks, any parts, everybody that registered has access to go back and watch all those recordings. But I know there's a deadline. I think that they're available. I believe it's to the end of August. If anybody knows, maybe you can come off mute and share. But if you missed anything, if you were there in person and you want to hear something again, you have access to all of the recordings. You have access, if you registered, you have access to everything. So you can go back and rewatch it. Cool. All right. Ricky, Carol, you have your hands up. Did you put your hands up again? Or you guys have something else you want to share? Go ahead, Ricky. And then Carol, and then I have a few announcements, and then we'll break off.
I just want to say another, but she's still here. I think about Nellie. We noticed that everybody on the stage had beforehand prophesied to themselves that they were going to be on the stage. So Nellie prophesied that she's going to be on the stage. I don't know if that's the right word, prophesied, but anyway, she foretold or put it out there. She's going to be on the stage and she has already picked out her song and that she's going to walk into. And she walked in on her song in the hotel room. That was the fun part about being with everybody and getting to know everybody and seeing their fire.
That's so good. Nelly, I cannot wait. That's going to be something good to see. Can't wait to see you.
My song gonna be Vivir la Vida de Mar Anthony. Vivir mi vida. Vivir mi vida. La, 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 la.
Love it, guys. Put it out there. Now let's all keep her accountable. You know who else said that? She's not on here, but I had a conversation with Lanita. Lanita's on Tamara's team, and Lanita's another one who put it out there, and she told me, she said, James, I'm going to be on that stage talking, sharing my story. So that's so good. So yeah, and that's cool. We need some more people from our team, from our group up there. So that's going to be exciting, fun to see. All right, Carol.
Okay, that made me laugh. We had a ton of fun doing that. Actually, Ricky only told part of the story. A bunch of us have our own songs and dance. Our dance and everything.
So surprise us though. We want to be surprised.
It like it's hot.
we want to be surprised.
Oh my goodness, too funny. And okay, so I know what I want to say. So what another little point, it's not even a point, it's just about the company itself. That from the convention, we saw that everyone was celebrated from no matter what you rank, just coming, period. Being there, you were celebrated. all the way up to, you know, whatever rank you made. But the thing that really touched my heart, because I worked for a company for, well, I've been several companies, but I just recently retired from Ford in customer service. We worked like dogs and never had that happen, anything like what they did for their back office people, to have them celebrated and come across the stage and we all stood up and cheered for them. Who does that for their regular customer service people? You know, just regular people got celebrated. So that tells me a lot about the heart of the company that we are representing. And that's huge because you want to feel good about whoever you're speaking for. So I just wanted to bring that out.
Yeah, that's a good point. It does show the heart, and also it shows the mission. And I think that's why the company is doing so well, is because they do, you can tell from the leaders, those running it, that the heart that they have, and that it's very, very missional, very, very missional. So good. Well, thank you guys all for your comments. Just a few things, and then we'll kind of we'll break off. As Shadon mentioned, get to convention now. I'm going to change that up. Shadon said try really hard. I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to encourage you to make a decision that you're going to go. Make a decision that you're going to make a decision now that you're going to go. The date has already been announced. So I posted that in our Rise to Freedom group. I believe it's the last weekend of July next year, 2023. The dates have already been announced. So for those that have to maybe ask for time off of work, you guys have vacations that you guys planned. I know a few people had vacations. Now that we have the dates, arrange those things around convention, because again, and I shared this before, if you're serious about this and building your business and impacting and helping a lot of people, this is, and just really kind of getting a full understanding of what we got going on, this is one of those events you have to go to. You have to go to, and it's hard to explain. It's one of those things we can share our takeaways in, but it's one of those things you just have to experience. So date's been announced, so make sure you're there next year, but also make it a goal to bring more people with you. So like every convention, every year I go to, my goal is to double the number of people that went the past year. I honestly believe next year, we're probably going to quadruple the amount of people within our group that were there this year. I really do believe that. I'm already convinced. I know it. We're going to quadruple the number of people. So we're going to have a bunch of people at hotels and Airbnbs, and we probably won't even have to partner with Sabrina May for a team night. We're probably just going to come together and do our own thing, because we're going to have that many people there next year. So that's exciting. That's so cool. And then the last thing we'll announce is we're going to have a boot camp, a post-convention boot camp. So now that we're pumped up, we're excited, we're motivated, a lot of us have written out our goals, and we made a decision that we're going to take this thing to the next level, and that we are going to go all in on this. We're going to have a boot camp that's going to kind of go along, and that's going to help us and our new coaches that's going to be starting, and for you guys to get things moving, and kind of that inspiration, community motivation to take this thing to the next level. So I messaged Jamil today, and I told him, you know, hey, I need to know the dates, the times. And he told me to tell you guys, give him a few more days, and he's going to announce the details. He's ironing out the details, and we'll announce that in the next couple of days to the group. All right, friends. Well, thank you guys all for being on. Thank you guys all for being here. And yeah, let's get, oh, actually, I'm so sorry. There was one last thing I wanted to say. I have it ready, so it won't take long. I'm going to share my screen and show you guys. Okay, I have it here. Sharing, yes. So I posted this in the group. I don't know if you guys saw this. Flora and I are working on this together tonight. And then I have a coaching call with Jamil Thursday at 10:30, me, Flor, and Jamil. And we're going to be going through this. And so I posted this in the group. This is good because it's a post-convention business plan. So whether you are at convention or not, this is something that you want to do if you want to take your business to the next level and impact more people. So I want to highly, highly encourage you guys to fill this out. Okay, and it's really cool if you guys haven't had a chance to go through it, but it literally tells you everything as far as how to build a business plan. Every successful business has a business plan. So now you have an opportunity to make your 2022-2023 post-convention business plan. So fill this out and then text it to your coach or your support team. Okay, fill it out, text it to your coach and to your support team, and then ask them, when do you have some time that we can review it and go over it together, so that your coach, your support team can help you game plan the next 12 months. Okay, so that link is posted in our groups. Snatch it, grab it, fill it out, send it to your coach, and then work with them so that they can help you game plan. So I'm working on this with me and Flor. We're going to be filling it out tonight as a couple, and then we're going to be going over it with Jamil on Thursday. So looking forward to, for the coaches that I'm working with, going over yours. One of the goals that me and Flor have is that we're going to open up our calendars and work with those coaches that want to go to work and want to go in on this thing. So if your coach is not here, your coach is not active, whatever it is, reach up to the next person. If that's me, whoever it is, if you feel like I'm not good enough, then reach up to the next person, which is Jamil. But get this thing done and let's game plan the next 12 months so that we can help you build your business and help you impact more people. Cool? Anybody have any questions on that? Nope. Okay, very cool. We'll see you guys all next week. You guys have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.